We're going to be talking today about combining multiple technologies. My favorite devices is the DermLux Pro. It's diamond technology. It's very clean. It's very easy to clean. Radio frequency, the best way to explain it is that it's for collagen stimulation. So you guys make money and save time. It's the best. We're going to be talking today about combining multiple technologies for enhanced client results. So my name is Jillian Wright, and I have been a licensed esthetician in New York City since 1999, so over 25 years, and I've owned a spa. I co-founded the Indie Beauty Expo 10 years ago, and I had my own skincare line. I've done over 13,000 facials in my career. And when I was doing the Indie Beauty Expo, I had to leave my business because it was a conflict of interest, because I was that voice for small independent beauty brands and I couldn't be selling my own skincare line to Neiman Marcus and Anthropologie and all the big retailers. But when 2020 happened, in 2019, I wanted to come back to doing facials once a month. And I started booking clients in March of 2020, and we all know what happened. So within that year, I decided that I wanted to come back to doing facials because I love doing treatments so much, and I also love my clients, and I think that my relationships with the clients were so much more authentic. And then that's when I discovered Zemits. What you will come to realize is that your client's skin is very unique, and also very unique every time they come and see you, and your facials aren't necessarily going to be cookie cutter. You know, I was doing facials for 17 years and I did not have the technology that I do have now. And I do non-invasive, non-surgical modalities that I like to layer. I find that you get the best results along with the extractions and the massage, so you're combining holistic care with tech, and that's when you're going to get, I think, the greatest results. So we're going to talk a little bit about my favorite devices, and I have before and afters of my real clients that are currently my come to me. And I've talked to quite a few of you at the booth, and one of my favorite devices is the DermLux Pro. It's really incredible. Exfoliation is obviously done in the beginning of the facial, and this machine can be adjusted for all different skin types and conditions. So it's diamond technology, so there are no crystals. It's very clean. It's very easy to clean. They have a solution called EquiShear, and I think that's really important because when you're doing a facial, you don't want to waste time cleaning and futzing around with things. I'm extremely efficient. I do my facials by time. I don't charge by modality or add-on, because I feel that takes away from our artistic craft as doing a facial. And the last thing I want to do is, oh my God, are they going to pay me $50 for an LED add-on? So what I do is I do my facials by time, and I charge a premium for that time. So even if I bring in new technology, I might recommend somebody, if I want to do that technology, I might not necessarily do a 60-minute facial, but I'll do a 90-minute facial, and I know that I'm going to get paid for that machine and my time. So everybody should have a high-frequency wand. It's something that you do after extractions. I take a 4x4 piece of gauze, I put it over the face, and then the high-frequency glides, and it's really good because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it's excellent after extractions. So everybody should have a high-frequency wand. And I don't do scalp treatments, but there's actually a probe that's for the scalp, two of them actually for the scalp, right? So you get all of those probes with that one handheld. And then my other favorite machine is the Frio Lift, which you can use so many different ways. You could use the radio frequency by itself, you could use the cryo by itself, or you can do something called contrast stimulation, which is RF, cryo, and RF. That's a 90-minute experience, and you should get paid for your time because it does take a little bit more effort. And make sure your music isn't too relaxing or you will fall asleep. You know those like sleep playlists on Apple? No. I go home and I'm so tired and I'm like, why am I so tired? So radio frequency, the best way to explain it is that it's for collagen stimulation. So if your clients have a lot of laxity or fine lines and wrinkles or glycation, and you simply see aging, premature aging, sun damage, you're going to do radio frequency technology. And the machine is adjustable. And if you're ever interested in it, I can show you how I set the machine up so it's extremely comfortable for your clients, because the higher you go isn't necessarily better. So I set it where it's very, very comfortable, very relaxing, but also extremely effective. So this is our case study number 1. This is my client, Cheryl. She's a professor, she's got little kids, she's very stressed, she's overworked, and she's a picker, and we've gotten that under control because I've got her on home care, but she is religious and coming in every 6 weeks, Friday at 11, every 6 weeks. And she's also perimenopausal, so there's a lot of things going on with Cheryl, and she also has superficial pigmentation, which, as you know, it's really hard to treat pigmentation, but you can positively affect superficial pigmentation, and that takes home care and then professional services. So make sure that if you are helping somebody with pigmentation, you give them realistic expectations, because even if you're a doctor, it's very difficult to treat pigmentation and it can come back. So you just want to put them on a program that's going to be proactive. And she always has extractions. So I would do the Derm Luxe Pro on her, but let's go through the, so this is one of my protocols. I always do a cleansing massage, and I always include the décolleté, the neck, and the head. And the reason I do that is because you are establishing yourself as the professional. And plus, when somebody's laying on your bed, they're very vulnerable and they're there to trust you. So when you're working with them, make sure that you're encompassing their whole like décolleté, neck, and face, and do like a cleansing massage, and then remove it the way that you prefer to remove it, whether it's with biocellulose sponges or it could be a warm towel. However you prefer. A warm towel is definitely an elevated experience, but I just use biocellulose sponges, which is also like a little bit of a exfoliation, but a gentle exfoliation. And then most, like 90% of the time, I do enzymes with steam. But if somebody has rosacea or is like rosacea prone, I stay away from the steam. I don't necessarily use very active enzymes. I use more gentle enzymes, or I use a deep pore cleansing mask from Oxygenceuticals, which is a Korean brand here. It's like this really great cryogenic activator, the mask, and you whip it up and it's like Fluffernutter on the face. And all of my rosacea prone clients love that. So you just have to choose the right exfoliation for your client. The DeHaas skincare brand has like lactic and glycolic and like active ingredients in her formulas. So you're getting the enzymes, like the pumpkin enzymes, but you're also getting a little bit of lactic. They are amazing. So I gravitate towards enzymes. And plus they smell amazing. They smell amazing. They loosen up any debris, any blackheads, and anything that you're going to be removing from the skin. It's also really good for dermaplaning. Cheryl doesn't really need dermaplaning, so we just kind of skip that step. So then we do extractions, we'll do the high frequency, or I do the Derm Luxe Pro, and then I do the high frequency. It took me about 5 years to get really good at extractions. So give yourself time, but keep practicing, and it's really about manipulating the skin in a way that removes those bigger congested areas. But sometimes, or oftentimes, especially with skin that's a little bit more more textured, it gets clogged. You can't get everything. So the Dermalux Pro is amazing because it's almost like a polisher. It gives that client that glass skin look. There's 3 different serums with the Dermalux Pro: purifying, clarifying, and then like an all skin type Glyco Velvet, which I think I use the most. And you apply it to the skin like a mask. You let it sit for 1 minute and it kind of helps dissolve the dead skin and the dirt and the debris and the oil. And then you go in with the machine and remove it, and it kind of just, and you can adjust to the suction. I have it kind of like in the middle for everybody. That's sort of my go-to. I don't adjust it too often. It's just there. And then I do the whole face, you know, the jawline. If someone has like hormonal acne underneath their chin, it's really wonderful. I even have a client that has a condition called, and I'm going to butcher the name of it, dermatologographia, whatever it is. It's like if you touch the skin, you have edema and erythema, like it's like a histamine reaction and they get really, really red. I have the before and after. I have like 50 more before and afters in my phone. She absolutely loves it. She's a private chef, so she gets really congested and she comes once a month. And if I can do Dermalux Pro on somebody with that condition, the only type of skin I wouldn't really do it on is like maybe a lot of broken capillaries or rosacea. You just want to be mindful with like a barrier that's like compromised. But that doesn't mean you can't build the barrier up. But just be, you know, every person is so unique. You really have to be that skincare detective and treat everybody independently and individually, even if they've come to you 25 times or the first time. I always do, well, she likes nano channeling, so I can really go to town on her. She's been coming to me for a really long time. I know how her skin reacts, and sometimes I'll do nano channeling. Not all the time, but sometimes. And then everybody loves the relaxing face massage. After the massage, I remove the oil with a warm towel. And when I say towel, I mean diaper. And I use the Chinese organic diapers. There's a resource that I've been using for, I think she's in Vermont, but for 20 years. And they're very affordable. They're super soft. They last a long time. So I don't use like terry cloth towels. I use diapers. And so I'll take a thin diaper and remove it because doesn't keep the heat as much as like a thicker one. And like, everybody just loves it. And plus you're not like putting conductor gel over oil. So then once you remove the oil from the facial massage is when you can launch into your advanced technology. So depending on the time that I have, I would do radio frequency first and then cryo second. With the contrast stimulation, with the Frio lift, if you're gonna do a real Frio lift, it would be radio frequency, cryo, and then radio frequency. And that should be a 90-minute facial minimum. And then I always finish with LED light, like a serum or a mask and LED light and like an upper body massage. So like I said, Cheryl comes to me every 6 weeks. Sometimes she relapses and has, you know, she picks her skin, but other than that, I mean, we've been able to keep it in really, really good shape. This client, she had a great result. She's only seen me a couple of times. It was probably cost prohibitive, but it's okay. She knows where to find me. But we got a really great result after two facials. Again, she's got menopausal skin. She's in her early 50s. She's concerned with breakouts and acne, uneven skin tone. And the redness, yes, is a little bit red, but it just goes away. Even though she's prone to rosacea, don't be afraid of revving up that microcirculation. Obviously, you have to be careful, but my clients, if they're having like a rosacea flare-up, they just don't come in and they reschedule, and that's probably the best thing to do. So with her, I did the cleansing, the Frio lift extractions, steam with enzymes, high frequency, cryotoning. I did not do radio frequency on her because of that she's got a little bit of rosacea, but if you do have rosacea clients, they love the cryotoning. It's just so wonderful, and it does help to slim and sculpt the jawline. And then if someone has a double chin, you could put it on the strong level and like do a little bit of sculpting under the chin. I always finish with either the oxygen or LED light or both. So this is Annie. She was actually here today. Annie has, she got into like bodybuilding. Yeah, so she does like she'll fly to Australia, which is really taxing on the skin. And she's like a professional, not a professional, but like a bikini model. So like her appearance and everything is really important to her. She's on a very special diet. She's come to me 29 times over the last 4 years, and she has a lot of broken capillaries around her nose. That's something that I can't do anything about. I would send her to a dermatologist to do some sort of laser treatment. And there is a laser called XL-V, I believe it's Cutera, that a couple of my clients have gotten for rosacea and for redness. So this is the first time in my career that I've ever heard of a laser that actually targets the redness. So XLEXCELV. So if you have any clients, you might want to tell them to see a dermatologist for that particular. I have to tell her about it. We still go pretty, like I've done plasma pen on her. Like she doesn't care what I do on her. Like she always has a great result. But with this treatment, cleansing, the enzymes, the facial massage, the extractions, so you can kind of see a theme with my facials, with like the whole holistic part, which is really important because you're making that connection with that client, and the confidence that you have in your touch is going to make them come back. That's going to turn a customer into a client. And you always have to give 10% more, okay? The way that I structure my facials is by time. I don't do it by modality. I don't upcharge. I charge a premium, and you can do that too because it simplifies your menu, and you also know that you're going to get paid a certain amount of money for your time. And I just logically never thought, like, why would I be doing a Brazilian bikini wax over a facial? And it's like very much the same time. And then you have to think about the things that you're throwing away and your laundry and all that stuff. So I really try to hone in on how to make the most money and not have that money leave my bank account to things that I don't need. Because the most valuable thing in life, especially as estheticians, service providers, and entrepreneurs, is more money in your pocket and more time on your hands. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been doing it for so long and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've also had a lot of triumphs, and I've never been more successful having one room. I used to have like all the employees, everything. So with this, we did the Frio lift. I just avoided the nose area, but she likes extractions, so we do extractions. And then we do mesotherapy, and mesotherapy is really great because it's non-needle infusion. And the mesotherapy is a part of the Veristand, and it's also its own standalone device. And I find that whenever I do the mesotherapy with the 3 different serums that Zemits has, the client result lasts a lot longer. Like the skin is like really dewy and really pliable and super, super hydrated. And then OMAD is a mask. It's made out of Chinese herbs and rice ferment. It's a really beautiful, it's a little bit on the pricier side, I think like $6 a mask. So if you're doing like a 90-minute facial or a 2-hour facial, it's a really nice option. Or if you have someone with rosacea, it's just really like, it's the one product that I use on somebody and they're like, oh my God, can I buy this? And then they buy it over and over again. So anybody who wants the contact for OMAD, just let me know and I'll connect you with the founder. His name is Zay. So with Annie, she's young, she eats really well, she doesn't drink alcohol, she's working out all the time, she's got great elasticity, but like with anybody, you want to prevent premature aging and you want to promote well aging. So for her, even though she does travel a lot and we do a lot of not so much correction, but cleaning and whatnot, we're really trying to prevent the premature aging. Do you guys have any questions? I really love questions.
Just to remove the oil that's on the side.
Yeah, I use the thin one. I use the thick one for the enzymes, and then I just do thin ones after that. Because I do my own laundry for the towels, so it doesn't cost me anything. I send everything else out to be done professionally, but I do my diapers. But I've been ordering them for 20 years.
And then you do it dry, or do it?
You wet the towels, wring out the water, and put it in your hot towel caddy. What about it?
The diaper, do you wet it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you wet it and then you wring out the water and then put it in the hot towel caddy. Or if you're gonna make a cold towel, what you do is do the thin ones and then do it, put it in cold water, wring it out and put it in a Ziploc bag and then in the refrigerator, because if you just put a cold towel in the refrigerator, it's gonna dry out. So the Ziploc keeps it all nice and moist. So anyway, with Annie, she loves the Frio Lift. Like I said, before the state of New York took plasma pen away from us, I was doing plasma pen. Anyway, she's, I'm not afraid of a little redness. I know it's gonna go away by the next day. Revving up microcirculation is totally fine. So, but you can see just how much more glowy she is.
So I am looking into going out on my own, but one of my questions I have for you is, and we don't have to get into the details of the machine right now, but between this and the Veristan, which also has radio frequency and cold therapy, just how these two different.
A cold wand is different than cryo. Cryo is gonna get much colder, so it's an advanced technology that you can do a lot more with. The Frio Lift, for the sake of the show, I had it on and it went down to like -11 or something. But once it hits -4, that's when I start working on my clients, because that's plenty. And then with the heat of the skin, it heats up to around 18 or 19 degrees, but it stays consistently cold the whole time. So a cold wand is different. But I started with the metal ones, and then I found one that was you could plug into the wall, and it was just like a cold wand from, I don't know, Alibaba or something. But people really loved it. And then I discovered the Frio Lift like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I need, because I'm into non-invasive, non-surgical. I want my clients to come month in and month out. So what we're doing is we're preventing premature aging. So you have to be realistic. We're all aging. It's not a bad word. It's very difficult to see our culture and our society putting so much emphasis on changing our appearance and changing our skin and just making ourselves look something that we're not. And I think it's something, like, the way I approach aesthetics is that we're celebrating our skin. We're celebrating the health of our skin. It's not about beauty, it's not about judgment. It's really about, how do you feel? It's about confidence, and it's about self-esteem. And that's what you're providing for your client. To become a master esthetician, you have to have that confidence. You have to have that self-esteem to be able to know exactly what to offer them, okay? And when you do it by time, you do an all-inclusive facial, that means you have the liberty and you have the creative, because we are creators, creative freedom to bring your clients the most amazing treatments. And it's something that you should believe in, and it's something that you should feel confident with. And practice makes perfect. Practice on all your friends, your husband, your partner. That you just got to practice. I had one of my esthetician friends in New York City. She bought the Frio Lift last year, but it took her 7 months to use it. I'm like, Lisa, come on, don't be afraid. And I'm extremely accessible. I just felt like after reaching my 25-year mark in this industry, the one way that I could truly give back is to be there from the business perspective for estheticians. I created an online course. It really is from soup to nuts, how to have a successful business. And it takes work, it takes thought, and you really have to, dive deep into who you are, how you want to be represented, how do you want to represent yourself, what do you want to be known for. And I'm so afraid that my clients are going to stop seeing me. Even today, after 25 years, I am always extremely present. I don't leave my room. It's like a cave. My mental focus is on my clients. I don't go out for lunch. I don't take calls. It's because when you are so focused on your clients and building your business, and the only way you're going to build that business is trust and loyalty. Okay, and that comes from going the distance and going further and giving more. Now, what I mean by that, I don't mean discounting. I don't like discounting. I think that makes our profession and all the money that we spend and all the hours that we spend learning It just devalues it. I don't give away my facials. Even I'll donate products, but that's my bread and butter, right? And it should be yours too. And when you value yourself, everything and everyone else follows. So I think when I created this all-inclusive facial situation, I don't want to say it's because I'm lazy. I'm not lazy, but I just don't want to have to think about upselling somebody. It really, so if I bring in a new device, I try to incorporate it into my timed facial. But like if someone is going to come to me for 60 minutes, I will end up knowing what to focus on, and they don't care about the other stuff. And maybe one day, mezzo takes me 5 minutes. Like they have a great, I got the Jolly Peel, not for the microdermabrasion, but for the face cupping. And like that looks so good on social. It's like so amazing. And like people are like, face cupping? It doesn't leave any marks because again, you can manage the machine. I have a degree in fine art. This is what I want to do. I want to create. And when you get that mind, it's a mindset. Okay, but make sure when you're pricing effectively for your demographic and for your neighborhood. I'm very fortunate. I live in New York City. I can charge a premium. I don't even charge as much as I should be charging based on the level of experience I have, but I'm really happy with what I charge. And I don't want to gouge my clients because I want them to come back. The way that I've structured my business is for longevity. There's a lot of fodder out there, and there's a lot of estheticians that charge a lot of money. One of them used to be a client of my spa, and I'm like, there's only so many times somebody can spend $1,500 a month on a facial and product. I'm telling you, this is no joke. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you in 10 years. And one of the beautiful things about this industry is that it is for everybody at every age. You literally can do this to the day you die. And I say that because there's a lot of industries where people who are older get aged out, not aesthetics. Not aesthetics. It's kind of cool. Yeah, slow down a little bit, but it's kind of amazing. I never had this type of technology available before Indie Beauty Expo, and I was doing great. But once I, found Zemits, I don't even know how I found you guys. I really don't. Maybe it was at a show. Oh, who knows? Anyway, but I was like so excited, and it's been one of the best relationships that I have because you want to save time and money. And I know it's so basic, but before I met Zemits, I bought an LED machine that I love. They're here. They're amazing, but I didn't know to ask about consumables. So they have these boxes of 6, 12 treatments. They're so, for me, even at my price point, are so expensive. I'll never make any money. So I just don't do that part of this LED machine that I bought. And that makes me very sad, right? Like, why aren't you my partner? Why aren't you wanting my success? So just be very mindful of the special serums and the $500 this and the $1,000 that. You don't need it. I have a very high-end clientele. I do celebrities. I'm under an NDA. I don't talk about them on social. I'm not that kind of esthetician. I mean, obviously, if they were like, can we take a picture of you? I'd be like, yeah, of course. But most of them that pay for their services, they want to keep it anonymous. I'm not using $500 serums on them. I'm telling you, when you hone in on your craft, mix that in with confidence and high self-esteem, you become a master. And get my facial massage video off of my link in bio. It's yours. And you take that and you learn how to move. You learn how to move with confidence. It will be a game changer for your practice. Okay, yes.
Can I ask how long the patients are using for?
Yes, I do 60 minutes and 75, 90, and 110. So just shy of 2 hours. And then I do have one for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That doesn't get booked that often. I'd say 75 and 90 are my most popular, but the 60-minute, I have people that come in regularly, like every 3 or 4 weeks. I charge $300. Okay, I wanna go back to what's that?
And you use those shoe machines for the 60 minutes?
90, yeah. And plus, if you're using your devices, that's wear and tear, so you should get paid for that. So 75 minutes is like 1 or 2 modalities, 90 is like 2 or 3. It just depends on how much extractions you do. I was gonna say something, I lost my thought, but I'll think of it again.
So maybe that you didn't start.
Yes, okay, so okay, listen, I was working for 17 years. I gave my friend Samantha my entire book. I came back 6 years later during COVID, and I was thrilled if anybody came to see me. So I was like, oh my God, I'm like resurrecting my career, which is not that easy to do. It took me 2 years to build up my book again with consistent, work. And I did Google, but I spend most of my marketing budget on Instagram. And you start, like if you're a new esthetician, you don't have to get the bells and whistles. You can start with like a grouping of the handhelds, right? Or like one device. And then what I love about Zemits is that they're so low priced. They are for the esthetician. They really are. And you all can walk around and do your own research and see. You will never make your money back if you are spending $40,000 on a machine, $100,000, $14,000. So I always say, and I say this in my course, always get 3 proposals. Always check out 3 different companies, and then look at customer service, look at the warranty, the feel of the team. So important, because if you're buying products, if you're buying devices, anything that's going to add value, you need to like the people that you're working with. I mean, there are some companies that don't treat me as well as I would like them to treat me. So I just don't pay any attention to them and I move on. Their loss. There's a lot of competition. And when you're picking products, aside from like machines and stuff, remember you have to sell those products, so you might want to try them out first and feel the texture, the smell. How does it work? I'm not going to mention, there was one brand I was like, oh, I'll try these raspberry enzymes. Ooh, raspberry, because I like that kind of stuff. And I got it. It was the biggest waste of money I was like, I can't, this is not functioning. It's like, and you don't want anything in your treatment room that's really difficult to remove. No polishing, no beads, nothing like that. It'll tack on time that you don't need to spend on removing. So, I move around a lot when I'm doing facials because I'm grabbing this and I'm reaching for that and I'm doing this and so I have everything like perfectly positioned in my room so I could be the octopus. And like I tell my clients that, you got the buffet. What do you want? I started using that this week. I was like, for my like 90-minute clients, I'm like, do you want cryo or do you want mezzo or do you? It's a and they're like, oh, it's very cute and funny. So yeah, you eventually work up to that. But you can start slow. Buy one machine. I would probably say the Dermlux Pro, and then because it's got the spray, and then you can massage the spray into the skin, do LED, and then once you start gaining a clientele, and then you can get another machine, but you'll pay it off very quickly, and you'll make money very quickly. Consumables. Always, always, always ask about consumables because they'll kill your business. They will kill your business and they don't tell you. They don't tell you, and that upsets me. Like this box is $200. Like I'm charging a lot of money for my facials, and I still wouldn't make a profit if I continued to have like a very high price for doing the facial. So with Zemits and their serums and their liquid for the Dermlux Pro, they're selling a huge bottle for $49. Do you know that each time you do it, and if you don't over pour, because you don't have to, $2. Doesn't get cheaper than that. So partnering with the right company is just really key for your success. And don't ever be afraid to ask questions. I always tell my kids, you've got to advocate for yourself. Because like kids and teachers, and they're like, ooh, I'm like, they're working for you. You need to ask them. And the worst thing that can happen is that you leave with no knowledge, or you leave with your question not being answered. But you don't know unless you ask. So don't ever be afraid to ask.
Zemits has a cryo handheld because I'm going to go solo. I work on that stuff for a day, and I'm going to start going solo for 2 days. So I was thinking we had a Dermalux Pro, but then I was wondering about the price. They have just one handheld.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Separate cryo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the Dermalogical is a good thing just to start off?
Absolutely, absolutely, because I mean, you could introduce cryo a little later. I mean, I didn't use cryo for years. I was using cooling, and they loved it, like with the OMAD mask, or like I do the Oxygen Ceuticals. Their repair mask is amazing. You can just do the wand, or with firming conductor gel with peptides. A mask that's like, you know, moves beautifully on the skin, because obviously you're not gonna do clay. But yeah, no, it's fine. Now, when you spoil them and you start using cryo, they're not gonna wanna go back to like just a cooling stick, because they know, oh, I know what I can get. I know what I can have. But yeah, start slow and build up and you know, build money in your till, and then upgrade for sure. You're gonna take how many facials you do a day, average. How many days a week that you work, and then multiply how many facials you do per week, per month, and you can kind of average it out. So like a normal, I don't want to say bad week for me, but just like a boring week for me is like 12 clients. I've done up to 22 clients in a week, and that to me is a lot. Like I can't sustain that, but like 16, 17 clients a week. And then you, if you have a booking system, the booking system gives you the reports. I'm like, oh, you're doing the 75-minute facial. This one's more popular. You know, you have to start collecting data. You have to start working from the left, the creative, and the right side of your brain, the analytical. People who can work from both sides of their brain in business are the most successful. So it's not the most glamorous work to do, but reporting is very, very important, because you get to see the trends and you get to see, you know, where you may have to dial back some months versus some months where you're super, super busy. So you start to collect data year over year. And if you have a booking system like Square, it's really, really good, because it gives you, it empowers you to be able to run your business in a way. And I don't want you to have to go in and decide like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna make today, because I'm spending the time and this facial is $165 versus this facial being $225. So there's a way that you can sort of average it out based on your locale, your demographic, the type of clients you have and type of clients you want. Discounting, don't discount, incentivize. When I came back to doing facials in 2020, I was so excited that I did a one-time $50 off first time facial. That was it. No birthdays, no holidays, no nothing. I don't want to keep track of that. But the one time, I'm like, thank you for coming in. Okay, it could be $25, or whatever. One time, and then you take that facial and you give them your all, and then they come back, and try to always book a client before they leave. Would you like to book again? And then you can figure out like, oh, this client wants to come in every month, or you really have to listen and you have to look at the body language, and you have to say like, you know, this person is a teacher, or this person travels a lot. Like this is what you get in the consultation form, all this information. And you can kind of gauge, like they'll ask you, how often should I come back? You have to, you know, some people come back once a month, some people 6 to 8 weeks. That's okay. I had Cheryl coming back she's religious every 6 weeks, but you know, maybe if I told her 4, she would come in 4, but she's a professor, she's got little kids. I want her to come back, so I don't want to scare her with like, you have to come back every 4 weeks. I don't do packages either. It's just, I want to get paid when somebody comes in to see me. I don't want to have to like get paid ahead of time, and you know, that's just not my business model. But anyway, do you have any other questions?
How do you charge for facials? Charge like 60 minutes, one price,
yes.
70 minutes?
Yes, 300 for 60, 345 for 75. I recently just raised the prices of my 90 and 110 because to 450 and 575 because I know they can afford it. It was only $25 more, but I kept 75 and 60 lower because I know my clientele and I didn't want to be cost prohibitive, you know, and I don't gouge my clients. I don't think that that's a good business model. You have to be, you know, you have to figure out like what your rent is, like you've got fixed costs and variable costs, so you have to pay your bills. You know, you're gonna have to pay rent all the time, but you know, you wanna price your facials accordingly where not only are you paying your bills, but you're making money to expand your business. And I don't mean with employees, I'm saying with amazing devices. I make more money now as a solo esthetician than I ever did having employees and having 4 treatment rooms. It's not for me. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm telling you the truth. You streamline, you slim down, you become your own solo. Yeah, it's hard, but so is life. Get out there and do it and challenge yourself to figure out who you are as an esthetician. It's all right. You know, come up with that mission statement, come up with your color palette, you know, invest money in yourself, but then also make sure that you're making money, because you have to have kids, you know, send them to college, go on vacation, you know, maybe buy a house or a condo, or, you know, you have dreams and hopes, and this business can provide that for you. But there are certain business obstacles that kind of come up in your career. I'm trying to help you avoid those mistakes. I gain nothing from this other than to pass my knowledge on to you so you guys make money and save time. It's the best. Yeah.
How would you recommend transitioning from one business structure to the time structure?
You have to work on your menu. You have to see what you're currently offering, your prices, and then you have to look at what is in your treatment room and what you offer. You have to be really good at extractions, and you have to be really good at face massage. That's your signature. That's your character. That's who you are. So then the protocol, I mean, 60 minutes, most of my clients are like a lot of extractions. So we spend a lot of time on extractions, which means I don't really do facial massage, but I'll do like ultrasound and cryo, which they really, really love, and then blue LED light. But what you can do is, do you have a treatment menu now? Okay, so you're
new, but I've already seen a lot of repeat for only a few months. They're coming in, and I'm like, okay, I have this clientele, but more and more, I just like being able to choose what I think is best,
right,
rather than them choosing.
So custom, all-inclusive, bespoke, you know, all of the common words for like, let me, and then you have to describe, you know, I help with pigmentation, with acne, with aging, with this and that. Don't be afraid to use ChatGPT. No. I mean, it's amazing. And like, you could take your idea and just make it more polite, you know, or just like make it better. So you can maybe launch your new menu with a new device, bringing in new technology, like I've got something really, really exciting and this is how we're gonna do it. And you kind of make it a thing. And another thing that I learned is really important to grow your email list, because as we've come to learn, TikTok can go away. Who knows about Instagram? You don't own those followers, but you need to do some sort of lead capture. So, you know, maybe if you do like a first-time client incentive or offering, I hate the word discount, you can maybe put it up on your website or Instagram, where they have to give you their name and email to get the code. So you're getting something in return. So you build up your list, and that list is your list. It is the most valuable thing you'll have to grow your business. And don't be afraid on Instagram to put your availability. Like, say you get a last minute cancellation. You put up on your story, you know, I have Saturday at 11 o'clock. Well, they may not come in at 11 o'clock, but someone might be like, oh, I need to book a facial. You have to, it's like a reminder. So don't be afraid to do that either.
I was just wondering, could you speak a little bit to retailing and kind of like how much of your business that makes up?
Yeah. Retailing is like the big elephant in the room, because, you know, you have to love the brand to be able to sell the brand. You have to really believe in the brand. It has to be a very flowy conversation with your clients. If you don't believe in what you're selling, it's never gonna sell, and it's just gonna sit there. I believe in low minimums. I inquired just 2 days ago, a brand that I've been eyeballing for a really long time. Beautiful brand, and my mind keeps going back to this brand. Their opening order, and I hate when people don't do research. I'm like, okay, $3,000 minimum. We suggest that you carry retail and the back bar and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's not going to happen. I am not going to spend $3,000. So they lost me. I'm like, next, because I have someone like Dahaz, it's like, you can order $200 on her website, you know, or $400. And that's like, and her stuff is the best stuff in the industry. I swear to God. I've seen it all, especially with the Indie Beauty Expo. With retail, I just carry very low minimums and I carry what my clients ask for and need. So it's like a little bit of market research, like you're working on someone and you're like, oh, this person needs this and this person needs that. I don't carry everything. You don't have to carry everything. Don't believe in the BS. You don't. There's plenty of companies out there that will work for you and work with you, like Zemits. I'm telling you, do not over leverage yourself in any aspect of this business. It is not worth it. You can achieve the same results at a lower price point and put more money in your pocket. I love BioElements. There's a problem. They sell to distributors on Amazon and they sell on their website. So I often get my millennials one who's not a millennial who should know better. There's one woman was on her phone, it was Black Friday, and she was gonna buy a barrier repair. And she's like, well, on Amazon, Black Friday, they're selling it for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I think I might have sold it to her for a discount, but that was a one and done. And I find it very difficult to like tell people that that's not really appropriate when you're trying to support a small business. But you just gotta roll with it and take it. There are some people, like BioElements sells directly to consumers and people will wait for their sales and they'll come back and they'll just be like, oh no, I just stocked up. I'm like, great. I just lost a $300 sale. But sometimes I'll like slip it into the conversation. Well, maybe next time you purchase from me because you are supporting my business. It's a fine line. I haven't necessarily perfected that other than not buying too much, okay? And then working with companies that will do like gift with purchase, small minimums, free testers. All you have to do is ask.
What are some of your top favorites in your free?
In the back bar or retail, Oxygen Ceuticals, they're here they're in row 400. They have the best cleanser I've ever used. It's called the Gentle Cleansing Lotion, and it just gives you the most amazing slip. I was talking earlier about the facial massage. It's amazing, and it comes like this huge bottle. They have some other, I gave you my card, right? Yeah, so I can email you, if you email me, my favorites, because I don't like everything from every line. Yeah, it's amazing. I love BioElements toners. Like the Soothing Reset Mist, the Equalizer. Now they have this like oxygen barrier toner. They're amazing. So I have them in my back bar, and then Zemits, of course. I have my serums, my Hydra serums, everything. They have the Acne Lux, like the Mezzo, and you could use it for nano channeling. And then PCA peels, they're here. I like them because they have so many different types of options, and it's really like the same beginning and the same end. So all you have to do is like buy the middle. They're great. And then Oxygen Ceuticals, BioElements, and then Dehaz, D-E-H-A-Z. Her name is Nora. She's Moroccan, but she lives in Florida. It's like a love letter to nature, her stuff. And it's a combination of plant-based and then high-grade efficacious ingredients. She doesn't even realize how much of a master formulator she is. And everything just smells amazing. Okay, so we're talking about companies, we're talking about retail, we're talking about building relationships. You also have choice. You don't ever have to say, yes, you can get 3 proposals or 3 opportunities to make sure that you're making the right decision. I decided to deepen my relationship with Zemits because they are kind, they're responsive, but the attentiveness, and then of course the pricing. You're not gonna get so sure, there's different types of machines out there that are very similar, right? But what are you really doing? You're buying into a family, and you're buying into a community, and you're buying into the support that you need in order to grow your business. So for me, customer service and attentiveness is super important, because the last thing I wanna do is partner with a company and never hear from them. I mean, things happen, your machines, the wear and tear, I had to send one machine, not Zemits, but to to get tuned up, they sent it to Korea, you know, and didn't charge me. Like, it was like things like that go a long way. So you just want to be mindful of the team and the people and the company. You know, the company that I bought the LED from, I don't feel that same connection. They weren't there to support me. They were there just to take my money. I don't like that. It's not a good feeling. You know, like I always say that you should give 10% more to your clientele. Well, so should these companies that we're partnering with. They should give 10% more. So when you come to the show and you have all the consumables, they're like more than half off. And like the 16-ounce bottle for the hydrodermabrasion, it ends up being like $2 a treatment. That's amazing. I mean, that's when you're going to start making serious money, because as a facialist, you know, you can only charge so much, right? You don't want to price yourself out of your competitor, you know, your industry, your competition. You want to be competitive, but the best, like the best you could possibly be. You get online training, you receive the device in 3 days. That's amazing. I think it's coming from Florida, right? Florida or California? Florida. And they do webinars like every week, free education. I do webinars like every other month with them. And I did one called The Blueprint for Success. I'm thinking about maybe doing one of my modules from my online course. And then what else? Begin to perform. Oh, we're just talking about what you do. Okay, right. So then you get it, and then you get online training. And then in order to get your certificate, like you get a certificate, but in order to activate the guarantee, you have to meet with one of their trainers over Zoom, and then you can ask them questions and whatnot. And then I'm available too, like I'm around. Because I have to admit, I don't do 15 minutes per like Freolift, like RF, cryo RF. I swear to God, I think I'd fall asleep. So I do like I do 8 to 10 minutes, and that's perfect. But like, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. You know? So like the sweet spot is 8 to 10 minutes. This is like what the training looks like, and it's very digestible, like intake little lessons. I'm so thrilled that you guys are here spending your time with me, and I hope that I was able to inspire you to kick ass in your businesses. And I'm very accessible. I answer all my Instagrams, and I have my card here if you want to reach out directly. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.